Hey, thanks for reviewing my other videos. I'm going to talk to you just for a minute about a Freedom Life product that I found that I think is interesting. So what this company does is they saw what was going on in the short-term major medical market. They saw the need for people to circumvent the Affordable Care Act. That means that is not ACA exempt from the fine. But we'll talk about that for a second before I get into the plan. So remember the rule is you have to pay a fine if you don't have ACA, Affordable Care Act compliant product. Generally not the case in Arizona for the following reason. If the cheapest plan that you can find on exchange at healthcare.gov exceeds 8.19 or 8.13% of your adjusted gross income, then you don't have to pay the fine. In most cases, unless you're making like a couple $100,000 a year, you're not going to pay a fine here because the cheapest plan on exchange is anywhere from 10 to 20% of your wages. So you actually fill out a hardship form, attach it to your tax return, and then you don't worry about a fine. Okay, so we're gonna get past that, and we're going to talk about this product. What it does, it provides you a doctor visit coverage. It uses the Cigna PPO network. And basically what we do is we provide you with an accident and a sickness plan that provides coverages for doctors and lab tests. And knowing that if you have the big one, we're going to need more help. So what we did, or they did, is they put together a program that has access to a short-term major medical policy that lasts longer than 90 days, but it does not activate until you need it. So you're looking at a guy who's paid health insurance for 30 years, and I've had one claim, I think in 1990, right? So you can keep this plan for as long as health insurance is around, unless you activate the short-term policy. The short-term policy is a $4,000 deductible 100% plan. It has a max out-of-pocket of $7,000. So every quarter that goes by, you're exposed to another $1,000. And here's the catch. When you activate the policy, you've got until the next Obamacare open enrollment period to get off the plan. So if you ended up with a $100,000 bill, it kicks in. The bad news is you get a letter in November and it says, hey Joe, listen, you activated that policy, so we're going to need you to apply for an Obamacare plan now, and you got to get away. Now, if you got a family of 4 or 5 and only one person activated the policy, then we can leave everybody else alone. And it actually has some really cool benefits, like a $250 deductible accident policy for the kids. It's got coverage for doctors. It doesn't cover well care, right? And it doesn't cover maternity, and it doesn't cover rehab, those kinds of things. But it's got a fair amount of coverage that you can use along the way, all right? If you want me to send you a quote on that, let's take a look at that product with the following cautionary criteria. You got to be healthy. So if you got something going on in your body, they're going to call, they're going to do an interview, say, yeah, you know what, I go to a chiropractor, I got a bulgy disc, bam, you're declined. Not going to work. So you need to be in really good health to get this plan. But the good news is, 15-month rate guarantee, you're going to know exactly what you pay for 15 months, and nobody can do that anymore. And the truth is you can keep the plan for years unless you activate that small portion of the plan. Okay? If you want a quote on that, shoot me back an email. Thanks.